I have some really cool stuff happening this week that I'm so excited for. Let's pull some tarot about it. It's a good type of chaotic, but like things are just so chaotic right now. Like very hectic. Like I feel like got so many things I gotta do. Not enough time to do them. But also I'm just like really excited to do them. All around it seems like you are and I am starting a new journey of like financial abundance. It's gonna be like a long-term financial and like maybe career-based project for you. I have soot from one of my smudge bundles on my nose. That's what I get for literally like grabbing it and putting it to my face because I wanted to smell it but don't know where my lighter is. There's a really cool journey happening right now that is something that you're really aligned with and something that you've been really aligned with for a long time that you've been working toward. And there have been points where it seemed like it wasn't going to happen or that you could not carry the weight of this thing coming to fruition for you, because it was something that you wanted, but you knew it would take a lot of time and dedication. Well, now it's time for that time and dedication, and the time for stress that surrounds this topic is finally coming to an end. And the Wheel of Fortune, it's come out and it's saying that it's turning in your favor. Good things are coming and good things are on the way. But of course, there's advice. Overall, you still got to make sure that you're putting your heart into it, because if you don't put your heart into it, that's going to eliminate some options for you and eliminate some of the abundance that the universe has coming in for you, and it's going to put you right back at square one where you're not happy or fulfilled doing what you're doing. So make sure you're listening to your heart. Overall, this is a very spiritually reflective time, but you still got to make sure that you're listening to your heart, you're listening to your gut, you're listening to your inner being and what you feel aligned with, because the moment that you start trying to chase money, or the moment you start trying to make decisions based off of, well, strategically speaking, you're going to start swaying away. It's good to have those balances in, but now is more of a time of going with the flow. That's what this over here was saying. You shouldn't be really like balancing things or trying to do long-term processing, a long-term strategy and things like that. You've already done all that. You already set yourself up for that. And if you need to shift back into that at some point, you're capable of doing it because you've already done it before. Now is the time for more of an ebb and flow, go with the flow kind of vibe and energy. There's also something about having anxiety when it surrounds a relationship, specifically a romantic relationship. And this could be like a toxic relationship from the past, but what I'm feeling is that this is more so for most people, anxiety surrounding around a past relationship, but new realizations, new information coming in that are more self-reflective about a past relationship. Maybe there's things that are still impacting you or something like that from it, but that information is going to come in and give you new information on a present potential romantic relationship. So it's like some of you may have a new partner coming in, or it could simply just be that there isn't an actual partner coming in, but you're having realizations about a past partner and a past relationship that is going to give you some fulfillment and make you feel more content in the current situation. Either way, don't go looking for a new relationship right now. Just kind of take this information as it is. If a new relationship presents itself to you, it's good to approach it with the understanding that there are certain things that you may have anxiety about that are actually belonging in the past to a past relationship that don't belong to this relationship in the current moment. It seems like some of you are coming to a very good, stable place with your depression. And I know that sounds like a weird thing, but as somebody who struggles with anxiety and depression, sometimes it's not about fighting the anxiety or getting rid of the anxiety or fighting the depression and getting rid of the depression. Sometimes it's learning how to manage it. And sometimes it's learning how to accept those depressive episodes or those anxious feelings when they come up, giving them space, giving them validity, and coping with them so that you can continue to process through the day. It seems like some of you are coming to that spot where you're not trying to run away from your anxiety, you're not trying to run away from your depression, you're not trying to get rid of it, you're simply just accepting it and being like, you know what, this is okay, this is part of me. I'm gonna give that part of me space because that part of me is rooted in my inner child, is rooted in my inner trauma, and I'm gonna give it that space and that attention that it needs so that I can heal and so that I can process in the moment and continue to do what it is I need to do in the moment. It really does seem like there's a lot of alignment happening for you right now. I know that there are a lot on my other account. I talk about how there are certain themes that have been going on for a while, but now we have finally seemed to be shifting into a moment where things are aligning, things are coming together, and you're starting to see the evidence of that. And there have been processes that are working in the background for you the whole time, and now those are starting to finally come into your vision, into your reality, so that you can see them and see what's happening around you and see the evidence and the fruit of your labor popping up around you. And even though there are some anxieties, there are some things that may not be seeming financially like great right now, don't worry. It's literally just part of the process. This is not ending. This is not changing. This is the good stuff. This is the stuff you've been waiting on, okay? And it's not coming to an end. It's literally just solidifying. Remember, right now is a go with the flow. And we've been talking a lot about how there was going to be like a tower epiphany. So not a bad tower, just like a realization. It looks like that's either already happened or maybe for this collective reading, it's not going to affect you. There isn't any negative effects coming from like a big shift or big tower moment. They're simply just continuing to align and continuing to get closer to the end goal and the thing you've been chasing this whole time. And to reiterate and repeat for at the ending, now is the time for you to be ruled by your heart. Really focus on your emotions, focus on the things that you literally feel in your chest, feel in your gut, the things that make you feel complete and whole and fulfilled. You need to be listening to those. And that doesn't mean that you don't need to take in strategy or logic or things like that, and or even intuition into account. It's just you need to be really led by your heart right now. And that's okay. We all go through moments like that, but it seems like you may have struggled in the past with listening to yourself, and now is the time to really listen to your heart. You've already done all of the other processing. You've done all the things that you've needed to do to get to this point, so now it's time to just be at this point and understand that things are not going to be doing a complete pattern like they usually do, or they're not going to be going through a same cycle that they usually do. These things are going to start new cycles and new patterns, and it is, again, a go with the flow. It's a very watery time, very watery season. So go with the flow, try to be comfortable listening to your heart and letting it tell you what direction you want to go in, which ebb you want to ebb with, which flow you want to flow with. Most importantly, really be careful who you ask for advice right now. While you're relying on yourself and you're listening to yourself, be careful who you're allowing to give input on your energy, on your life, on your projects, and the things that you've got going. Because what is most important is listening to you. And if there are voices that are not going to complement that, if there are voices that are going to take away from that energy, you don't need to listen to them right now. You can thank them for their input, but just let it roll off or pin it for later. You're doing amazing. Everything works out the way it's supposed to in the end. And if it hasn't yet, it's not the end. If you'd like to book a tarot reading with me, you can go to the link in my bio and book one on my Etsy store, or you can do it here on the TikTok shop. And I'll see if I can figure out how to link my tarot readings from the TikTok shop to this video. This is my first tarot reading on this account. I usually do them on my other account. If this message is aligned with you, it will find you. And if it doesn't, keep scrolling. I promise it costs $0 to mind your own business.